Hey guys, we're here. This is going to be game 4 from the Adios GT for 8th edition, and I'll be taking on Dark Elves. The objectives for this scenario is basically there's a token in the center of the table worth 500 victory points, and if you control it into the game, I think you have to have Fortitude near it, then you get the 500 victory points. Alright, we'll take another quick look at my list I've been using for this GT, and I'm finally going to be facing a list that doesn't have cannons in it, so my wyvern can finally fly around. And I'm glad I have the always strikes first sword because, at least my general will get the strike before the Dark Elves kill him. And here's the Dark Elf list as best I can remember because I've lost the list he gave me for this. And I mean, this is from ETC Comp, and this is a very tough list. He's still got a big unit of Witch Elves with the Cauldron and the. I know the Hag riding the Cauldron was his BSB. I don't know if what his other BSB his BSB was a Hag or not. I'm pretty sure it was in the unit. So this is a real tough list. So he's got this Witch Elves, and he's got Shades, and he's got Dark Riders, and he's got a big unit of Warlocks, and 4 Repeater Bolt Throwers. This is a real tough list for ETC. Alright, we'll take a look at his setup. Where you see the token in the middle of the table. He's going to have Dark Riders on each flank to protect his Repeater Bolt Throwers, so there's no real way for my Wolf Riders and my Big Boss to get to them. So, I'm not sure. Hopefully, he can try to wipe away those Shades and Harpies and stuff, because I have no way really to get the Repeater Bolt Throwers unless he really lets me do it. So, my deployment, we're going to have the big showdown with the Savages and Witch Shields at some point, but my plan is I have all 3 chariots in front of my savages. I want to use their range to go in. They'll all die to the witch elves, but if they can all 3 hit the witch elves, the impact hit should kill a lot of witch elves, so that when he does fight my savages, he should be depleted a good amount. So that's what I'm hoping. That is for, and I have night goblins on the flanks to try to stop the dark riders from getting to my war machines and the shades. They only have 1 fanatic each, and I have my manglers. If you see, they're pushed toward the back table edge, also to protect my war machines. Because there's no reason against Dark Elves to have your manglers forward. They're just going to get shot to pieces. And here's a picture after Vanguards. Not much really going on. I'm Vanguard my Wolf Riders up the center. I'm hoping they also can slow down his Witch Elves and try to take the Shades or the Harpies or something out. Just have some kind of effect on the game. And he does move his Dark Riders down the flanks, so somehow maybe I could get to his repeater bolt throwers. Maybe it's going to be very difficult though, because Fast Cap can shoot 360, so it doesn't matter if my Wolfriders get around the other side of his Dark Riders. He's still gonna do a lot of damage to him. All right, I'll move up like this. I have my chariots in a very good position right here, where I only need to roll sevens in order to have each one of them charge, and he'll have to roll 11 to charge my chariot. So, I mean, he could charge my Wolf Rider Big Boss. I'll just flee from that. But hopefully the Wolf Rider, you know, riders, I mean, and the troll and stuff can charge those shades and take them out. And I have my Wyvern, so that hopefully he can swing around and get a flank on the Witch Elves. Okay, and magic, my Foot of Gork kills his hag, and I do a wound to his cauldron. Some Doom Divers, I think they kill maybe a couple of Witch Elves. The Rock Lavas don't really do anything. I was hoping I could take out his cauldron, but it just didn't work. And Dark Elf turn 1, what has just happened here? He rolls the 11. Well, he charged my Wolf Rider, Big Balls, I flee, and then he rolls the 11 to charge a chariot. Because he can't charge all 3 chariots at once, so he hits 1, then, oh my god, he rolls the 11. So my plans are completely screwed over. Those chariots are dead. My only hope now is that, once he busts through the chariots, I'll be able to get. Once he gets to my savages, I'll have my flank with my wyvern, and he's locked in combat, so no fuzzy gorks or shooting into these witch elves. So they're not really depleted at all, other than the one hag on the cauldron being dead, and a couple of dead witch elves. So this is really bad, really really bad. And so when we look at the end of his turn, he's destroyed that chariot, overrun to the next one. He kills a couple of wolf riders. Um, I'm not even sure what killed him. It must have been something from his sorceress that's with the warlocks, or the warlocks did something. And then he draws out my fanatic that's in that unit, and the fanatic goes through those shades and only kills one of them. Ugh. Over on this side of the table, he's wiped out my Wolf Riders. He's. I think I must have misfired one of my Doom Divers and destroyed it in my turn. But yeah, he's wiped out the Wolf Riders. He's coming down this flank. Hopefully on my turn, I can charge my Night Goblins and my Troll into those shades, or maybe better yet, the Night Goblins into his Dark Riders, and then my Great Gigantic Spider into his Harpies, and I can try to sweep this flank up a little bit. So my turn two, I have a Mangler on this right side. He had Dark Riders that swung around here. I'm able to make the Mangler get through those Dark Riders, and since it could not come out an inch behind it without hitting the table edge, the Mangler dies and does 3d6 to the Dark Riders, wipes them out. I've got small victory here, and then my Fanatic goes back through the shades and only kills one. Oh, gosh, Fanatic. And otherwise, I move these Wolf Riders up. They're not charging those Warlocks. I'm just moving up so that the Warlocks can't charge my Savage Orc flank or something. Because I was a little bit worried about that. So I know those the Warlocks can move around the Wolf Riders. I just want them to have to move around and not be able to move straight forward. So if we look at the end of my turn, my Troll had failed stupidity, even with the General and BSB there, and and cannot charge the Shades. The Night Goblins fail their charge. First they failed Animosity, so they couldn't charge the Dark Riders because the Shades are closer, and then they failed the charge of the Shades. And a small Pyrrhic victory here. My Spider charged the Harpies, broke them, run them down. It went off the table, but that's one victory I have. This Mangler does not make it to the Dark Riders. Actually, this is probably the start of his turn too. Actually, because the Dark Riders are on the other side of the woods there. The Mangler didn't make it, so this is just where he's swinging the Dark Riders around. And I'm taking a picture here while he's doing this because I forgot to take a picture of the gigantic spider fight. And so here we're back into his movement on turn two, and he's moved his Warlocks around my Wolf Riders. That's fine. I'm just trying to slow down. Hopefully, I can get my Wolf Riders back in front of them again to slow them down more. So this is the end of his turn. He's put a hex on my Savages. I can't remember if he's lowered my strength or my toughness by one. One of those has been lowered. He's destroyed the last chariot now. Now he's into my Savages. The one good thing is going to be my turn. I can declare my Wog with my General, go into his flank, hope for the best. But I've had, if you've seen in my reports, I've had Savages go into a flank of a Witch Elf unit with a Cauldron and lose. So him coming into me in my front does not bode well. And the last picture from his turn is just showing that his Shades have killed the Fanatic over here that completely failed to do anything to them. But I can charge my Night Goblins into his three Shades here. I mean, he flees, but that's something for them to do. I can try to get points somewhere. Alright, here we go. Orc and Goblin turn 3. This is for all of it. Declare Wog, go onto the flank. The big fight's going to happen here. I mean, this is going to decide the game. I charge my Night Goblins. He holds with his Shades. He maybe kills one or two with his stand and shoot. I can make the charge. Maybe something can happen. And over on this side, my Troll finally passes its stupidity, charges those Shades. I'm going to make a comeback. And my comeback is short-lived. Look at this. I lose 20 Savage Orcs to his Witch Elves before I can even strike. My God. I kill about 10 of his guys, his Witch Elves in return. I got the full 3 from my Wog. I have the extra. We both have charges. We both have banners and battle standards. We both have 1 rank at this point. I lose by 5 when we all add it up because I get the +1 from my Savages from the Wog, the +3 from my General. I've lost by 5. I'm on 5 with a reroll. It's possible I lost by 4. Either way, I get a 5 or a 4 with a reroll. I'm not going to get either one. My Savages and my General are going to break. He's going to pursue my Savages and run them down, and I concede. Because also, what's going to happen elsewhere is that my Night Goblins are going to lose to 3 Shades. They're going to get run down. My troll is going to die to the shades. He's going to get run down. All I'm going to have left on the table is 3 war machines, my general who's fleeing, and my big boss, and my gigantic spotter who's come back, and who's going to try to make it to his repeater bolt throwers, but the bolt throwers can kill my gigantic spotter before it gets to him. It may, even if I just destroy them, it's not going to make any difference. I can rally my general, but I just concede. I mean, it's Dark Elves. So this is going to wind up being a 20-0 victory for the Dark Elves. If I had played out the last 3.5 turns, maybe it could have been 19-1 or 18-2. It was not going to matter. I had almost nothing left on the table. And he could just easily pick off my general, his repeater bolt throwers. Because they hadn't even shot at him yet. They had nothing else to shoot at. I had a big boss, 3 war machines, and uh, my gigantic spotter. That's all I had left on the table. Uh, yeah, because when my general, I think when the troll panicked, the other little night goblin unit, which only had 7 guys, they panicked as well. So I mean, they were in a position where his remaining Dark Riders could either charge them or a War Machine. It wasn't going to matter. I could maybe picked up 1 point if I felt like I was in somehow contention for something. I might have played it out, but I didn't feel like there was any point. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is this game just really turned on the rolling 11 for the charge. I felt like I had a pretty good plan. If he just hadn't rolled the 11, I felt like the chariots could have went in. They all needed average rolls, each one of them. 3d6 plus 3 impact hits. You can do a number on witch elves. Even though I'm sure all 3 of the chariots would have died, it wouldn't matter. I should have killed a dozen witch elves right there. But it just didn't happen, so it turns out to be the worst loss I had at this tournament. I have one more game left in this tournament. I'll be playing Wood Elves now, and that's going to be game 5. I want to thank you guys for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you next time.